Okay, so this is just a brief explanation of Booklet 1, which is the first of the booklets to be completed for research practices. So this booklet is very much about providing an introduction to the research project. A lot of the activities within here should be quite simple and should really engage the student in the ability to think about where they're at as a researcher and identify what that means for their future success. Working through the course outline and understanding the sorts of things that are important to research, as well as the due dates, is really important, just for allowing the students to get a sense of where we're going. Explanation of the research project, and then moving into what research projects look like. So there's a body of research project examples available in the library, and they're also available on the portal, so that you can have a look at different parts: outcome, evaluation, and folio, and answer some questions, either in small groups or individually, to get a sense of where they're going. The next one is really to identify what students know, and it is to allow students to kind of, assess themselves of what the answer is to these questions. Lots of them are quite simplistic, and I guess it is something where we want to get a sense of what's known, but it can also be a really important building exercise for students to start to do some research into these terms and ideas. The self-evaluation checklist is something that allows students to see what their skills are. This is also really important for the evaluation and the review, where students can talk about development. They can also refer to this in their folio. So all of these can be ticked off, and this will inform the post-introductory session reflection. Should be only about 200 to 300 words. This is the bit that's important, because this is the bit that will form the bulk of the assessment. So some of the key things they need to improve on using the evaluation checklist, two ways or resources or people or things that they can do to actually improve it, and then what we actually want to get them to do is actually interact. So 2 questions about the research project or research in general. It could be things they got wrong previously, things they didn't understand, things they want to learn about, and then they have to actually go and find the answers and share the question and the answer in the reflection. That will form the bulk of the first assessment piece. So it's about 300 words for reflection plus completion of booklet. That will allow students who work really thoroughly, provide lots of, thinking about research and do a really authentic job of finding out the answers to their questions, the with the A band. Those who find the answers to the questions, provide some detail, show that they can confidently answer those questions, will be the B, and the C will be the satisfactory completion, so having answered everything at a minimal level. Partial development will be the D. That's the students who will be completing part of the reflection only or part of the booklet. And then E is those students who have very much been unable to complete the bulk of the evidence. The last little section explains what this means. So there are important aspects of self-reflection, because that is one of our elements, I guess, in the evaluation and the review that we need to build on, and the depth of awareness of limitations in research or strengths in research is really what's going to differentiate the students.